4 predominantly Hispanic Latino churches and 1 fellowship make up the Presbytery of Chicago's Hispanic Ministries. They are Emanuel, Ravenswood, Vida Neuva, and Clement Presbyterian churches, and Divine Redeemer Fellowship. To learn more about their faithful work in the Chicago area, let's welcome Jose Muñiz Agron, pastor of Clement Presbyterian Church in Cicero. We also welcome Reverend Jefferson Caldeira, pastor of Vida Neuva Presbyterian Church in Chicago. Over the 40 years of these ministries, what are some of the key themes or issues that these ministries have been working on together?
In the church, we try to maintain that, and we try to the culture, to maintain the culture, the language, and the food.
Yeah. Besides culture, language, and food, are there any social justice issues that bring these communities together or that are pressing for the communities?
I think one of the issues is the migration issue. We, as a churches, we have come together and work in conjunction with Centro Romero in Chicago, and we have received migration workshops for for the leadership of the church, so we can continue to serve our communities who not only come for spiritual guidance, but also for some referrals that we can do, and we can work. We can refer to lawyers that are working very hard with immigration issues.
And I try to offer other things to do to the young people they maintain out of the gangs, and we try to offer things they to do. It's camps, we have music classes, we have all a lot things to kids and to our youth people do in the church, and this help to maintain they out of these influences of the gangs.
Share some stories with us of either folks impacted by immigration issues or the lure of gangs in the community that you have faced and have helped families with.
There are different situations. Last week I was with a parishioner at the immigration office, and even as a person without any criminal record, is a hard worker, is the only source of income for that family. With a youth son who is disabled, they didn't provide this person with the opportunity to stay and to share and to contribute to his family, so he need to leave in October. So I was sharing with the immigration office that we are putting youth in risk because these kids will feel alone, abandoned, and that's the way that we'll join gangs and finish, desert the school. So we are losing the opportunity to have people who can study, who can contribute to this society, and protect youth from different influence around them. So it's very hard. It's very hard, and right now they are not given opportunities like in other times to families who are, working very hard to help the families.
How do you preach the gospel, good news, to youth that find themselves under so much pressure, especially given our current national climate? What are some of those theological messages or ways that you communicate about God with young people?
I think that God is a God that loves young people. He called Jeremiah when he was just an adolescent, and the only word that Jeremiah said, I'm just a child, or I'm just an adolescent, So that wasn't an excuse. That was not a good excuse to God, God loved youth, and He wanted the youth to be involved in the life of the church. They are not the church of tomorrow. They are the church of today.
I know you have a lot of initiatives that these ministries support. You have a music school, you have retreats. Tell us about some of those initiatives.
We have annually youth camp. We start on the in winter time, but they prefer in August, summertime. We use the facilities of Geneva Youth Camp in Wisconsin, and Lake Geneva, and we have about 70 young people there, and another 20 leaders, no? And it's about 90 people involved in annual camp. This year, in the last 2 years, we had the preachers going from Mexico. It's two very, very good leaders for the kids, and this is a big project.
We have also 2 music schools that serve. I don't know how much. I don't know if you can pay. You can find anywhere in Chicago a class for $5 an hour. You know, so we try to encourage young kids and also adults to come and to participate. We have 2 recitals, one in the winter, one in the spring. And we have also retreats for women, and also we have a conference for ruling elders that, as our system of government in the Presbyterian Church. Mm-hmm. We have trainings for deacons, and we have also trainings for leadership training during the years. We have a couple of those during the year, yeah.
What are some of your goals with all these ministries? You know, when you put these programs together, what do you want to see that comes out?
I see that these programs made the churches, the Hispanic churches, more stronger, because the churches don't have a budget to provide for all those programs. So in working together with the Presbytery, we can receive the funds to help the churches to have all those programs that don't only serve the local churches, serve the community. And so in some way that made the churches stronger, help us to serve better our community, and it's a great program.
And I think we have a lot of events. I interested in some problems, social problems, but I think our principal goal is to preach the gospel, offer the reflections about the Bible to the people, to the families, to the young people, kids. The gospel is our principal goal.
As you think about the wider Christian church, how do you think the Latino Hispanic church contributes in a significant way to the body of Christ?
Well, I think that the Hispanic churches, not only in Chicago, in different places through the nation, provide a lot of services that without those churches in those communities, for example, we support a children's center since 1978 with more than 60 to 70 kids that are receiving early childhood at that place for years, plus the staff, you know. So like our church, other churches have after-school programs, they have referral services, counseling services. So without all those churches in our community will be lack of service that they cannot find in other places.
Reverend Agron, Reverend Caldera, thank you for being with us today.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm Jackie Marcus for Different Drummers and the Greater Chicago Broadcast Ministries. Keep the faith.